Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So, today we are going to read chapter number 1 Resources Utilization and Development. मैंने आपको इसकी एक्सप्लेनेशन वीडियो ऑलरेडी सेंड कर चुकी हूँ मैं. अब हम इसमें बस जस्ट सिंपली रीड करेंगे इस चैप्टर को. So let's start it. Nature has bestowed upon our Mother Earth with large varieties of rocks. एक second. Nature has bestowed upon our Mother Earth with large varieties of rocks, soils, minerals, vegetation, animals, etc. We use these gifts of nature to fulfill our day to day needs. We need air to breathe, water to drink, and food to eat. We get all these things from Earth. Hence, all the things on earth which are necessary for our existence on this planet are known as resources. Even human even human beings are considered as a resource because human beings are an asset. It is only with the help of human skill that the other resources can be developed. Now let's move forward. Human needs and wants are neither uniform in all parts of the world nor static over the years. They generally grow and become complex with the process of change in society. In ancient times, the emphasis was mainly given on satisfying the basic needs such as food, clothing, shelter, which was derived from the natural environment. Even today, the pygmies of Africa eat the edible plants, roots, flowers, fruits, and hunt animals. In advanced societies, greater emphasis is laid on the utilization of resources for satisfying the multifarious needs of human beings. Utility and value of a resource. Utility and value of a resource varies from time to time and place to place. Either human civilizations flourished along the river valley as they used water for irrigating fields. Now, human beings are using water for generating energy, irrigation, navigation, and industries, right? China and United States of America, USA, are generating more wind energy than India. Do you know over irrigation is responsible for waterlogging, makes soil infertile. Rivers are suitable for navigation in the middle and lower course. Now, utilization of resources. Resources become use, usable when they are processed. For example, cotton is converted into yarn. On further processing, it is converted into fabric and finally into garments. Right? Thus, at various stages, value addition is possible by applying skill and technology. Generally, the utilization of resources depends upon various factors. The factors are given below: availability of resources, skill of human beings, availability of capital means business, availability of water, advancement of technology, availability of transport and communication facilities. In initial stages, the economic development and availability of resources played a very important role. With the advancement of technology, availability of capital means business and skilled labor became a necessity for the utilization of resources. For example, USA is termed as developed country because it is economically self sufficient and technologically advanced. On the other hand, India is in a developing stage. Though resources are essential for development, but the mere what do you mean by mere presence? Here the mere presence means uh, attendance of a person, means वहाँ पे person होना है, does not guarantee the development. Other factors are also play a crucial role. Classification of resources. Read carefully the following flowchart. Basis of classification: Rene- renewability, origin, occurrence. Is it not working? Origin, occurrence, and development. The renewability has two parts: renewable and non-renewable. Origin, biotic and abiotic. Occurrence, natural and man-made. Development, potential and actual. Let us now learn about each one by one. Classification based on renewability. अब इसके two parts हमने पढ़े थे, renewable and non-renewable. Now let's read them here. Renewable resources are also known as inexhaustible resources. Resources which can be renewed either naturally or by human efforts are known as renewable resources. For example, solar energy, air, water. Some of the renewable resources are always available and do not get exhausted by human activities. For example, solar and wind energy. The quality of these resources can be affected by improper usage. Resources which take uh, sources which take millions of years to form or renew are known as non-renewable resources. They are also known as exhaustible resources, right? Sorry. As they cannot be renewed, energy resources such as coal, petroleum, natural gas, and other minerals are the examples of non renewable resources. There is a concern about their overexploitation, right? They are available in limited amount on the earth's surface, and complete utilization of such resources would result in their exhaustion. Give me a second. I'll be back. Yes. So they are available limited amount on the earth's surface. No, 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 no. Hmm. Wait. Yeah. They're available in limited amount on earth's surface, and complete utilization of such resources would result in their exhaustion, right? These resources have to be used very carefully, as complete exhaustion of these resources would have an adverse effect on the future generations. Some of the minerals like metallic ores, gold and silver are recyclable. They are recyclable, right? Hmm. Yeah. These metals may be used again and again after processing. Classification based on origin. Resources which are obtained from biosphere and have life, living beings, are known as biotic resources. For example, birds हो गया, जैसे birds हो गया, animals, fish, forests, etc. are biotic resources. The biotic resources provide a variety of useful products. They have the capacity to reproduce and regenerate. All biotic resources are renewable, but some take a long period of time to be renewed. For example, the forests. All non living resources are known as abiotic resources. For example, land, water, minerals, etc. The abiotic resources are not renewable except water, which is inexhaustible. Water is an inexhaustible, right? Hmm. These resources are in great demand for the development of various industries and agriculture. Now we are going to read classification based on occurrence. Resources available from nature in the form of water, minerals, forests, etc., and used by human beings to satisfy their needs are known as natural resources. Many of these natural resources, example water, are essential for the survival of human beings and form of the base for the development of country. Now let's move forward. Yes, resources created by human beings to satisfy their needs are known as man-made resources. Sorry, let me read it again. Sources created by human beings to satisfy their needs are known as man-made resources, जैसे कि roads हो गया, building machines, etc. buildings हो गई, machines हो गया, etc. These resources, where- hmm, these resources are essential for us, but they are also developed from natural resources. The quality and the quantity of people of a country determine its human resource. Healthy and well educated people contribute to their respective societies in positive ways. Malnourished and illiterate people, on the other hand, cannot contribute much to their respective societies. Human resources are well developed, other hand cannot contribute much to the respect sorry human human resources are well developed in Japan as people are skilled and technically developed. African nations, in spite of being rich in resources, are less developed, as the most of the people are unskilled and illiterate. Now we are going to read about classification based on development and resources. Right? Smooth development, right? Available resources in a country which are not fully tapped are known as potential resources. मतलब available resources in a country which are not fully tapped are known as potential resources, right? For example, petroleum can be found in old sedimentary rocks of Himalayas, or hydroelectricity can be generated by the force of falling water. The potential resources need detailed survey for estimating their quantity and quality, right? A, hmm, a preliminary assessment by the US Geological Survey suggests that the Arctic seabed may hold as much as 25% of the world's undiscovered oil and natural gas reserves. By one estimate, 400 billion barrels of oil might lie beneath the Arctic seabed. The actual resources of a country are those which have been thoroughly surveyed and their quantities have been ascertained. The exploit the ex the exploration, development, and utilization of an actual resource depends upon the technology available. For example, Saudi Arabia has 25.9% of the world oil reserves. Okay, now let's move to sustainable development and conservation. Sustainable development means development that takes place without damaging the environment. It meets the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future generations. Therefore, resources should be utilized judiciously so that after fulfilling our present requirements, they are also conserved for the future generations. Most of our resources are limited in their supply. Overuse of many valuable resources has led to the degradation or deterioration in quality. For example, soil, land, and water resources. Therefore, it is essential that we use all renewable resources judiciously, minimize the depletion of natural resources, conserve the varied species. Where is it? Okay. The use of resources the use of resources varies from one country to another due to technology and skilled human resource. The developed countries like United Kingdom and USA make optimum use of resources. Uh, yes, optimum use of resources as compared to the developing countries like India. Distribution of resources across the world is highly uneven. Rapid population growth has resulted in overutilization of natural resources. This has led to the drastic depletion and degradation of natural resources. For example, overutilization of soil has resulted in depletion. Yes, of the fertility of soil in many parts of the world. Thus, there is an urgent need to maintain a balance between population, resource planning, and conservation. Resources should be used judiciously, otherwise, mankind will have to face a dire consequences. Over the last few decades, there have been a tremendous increase in the concern of conservation and management of resources as they are rapidly depleting. Hmm. Where is it? Depleting and need to be conserved. Conservation means sustainable and optimum utilization of resources. Optimum utilization of resources. We must realize that nature and its resources. Give me a second. Let me underline. Hmm. Of resources. We must realize that nature and its resources are not merely ours. Is not merely ours. They also belong to the future generation. Thus, it is necessary to use the resources much efficiently and reduce wastage. Development of technology, human skill, and population control is essential for a long term sustainability of natural resources. We have to create sustainable community for the sustenance of life on the planet, else the ecological balance will be disturbed. Our earth is the only habitable planet, so spread awareness for saving earth for the further deterioration, or follow 5 rs example: reduce, reuse, recycle, refuse, and rethink. Use the resources according to the need and not according to the greed. Care for nature, it will care for you. With this, thank you so much everybody and have a great day. आई होप आपको रीडिंग इस चैप्टर की अच्छी लगी होगी. प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब दिस चैनल. विद दिस बाय.